All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Market open. Thanks for joining. New channel. I'm really just using this to kind of record my day trades, swing trades. It's an easy place to put it so I can look back and watch all of my stuff so I can keep track of what I'm doing without using my own space. Thanks, YouTube. Anyway, today I am looking at Tesla. You can see here in the pre-market overnight, we had a little gap up here. Looks like we're trying to move up. I like trading the long and short stocks here of Tesla. I don't have a big account, so this allows me to buy a little bit more shares and have a little bit more opportunity to make a little bit more money. This is like a triple leverage long side here, which is nice. So if Tesla moves up, 2%, the stock here will move triple that. Maybe it's double leverage here. So Tesla is up right now, 2.1, 2.2%. The stock here is up 4.1. That's double leverage. Take a look at the 5-minute chart here for the stock that I'm looking at. TSLL is the ticker. You can see over here, this is Tesla. We're up 2.3. Tesla long is up 4.3. Tesla short is about equal to Tesla. It doesn't really have much more as far as leverage. So I'm just waiting to see what direction Tesla chooses here. Decent green candle in the 5-minute chart here, right at open. Not a lot of movement though. Not a lot of stuff happening. I don't really ever take trades in the first, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes of market open. Super volatile, especially in today's market, in today's economy, where there's a lot of unknown. These stocks can go in any direction, both directions. Push up right at open and then take everything back 5 minutes later. So I kind of like to see. I'm a newer trader, so I've only been trading for about 2 years. Say slightly profitable or just becoming profitable finally. Focus more on swing trades. So I watch the 4-hour time frames, and I take my positions using the 5-minute time frame, but I focus on the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour in the day, so I can really get an idea of where, what direction the stock is moving. See, here we go. We're giving everything back here. Let's see what happens here. If we switch back over to the 4-hour charts, I always like to have the cues up just to see what the overall market is doing. You can see we're kind of in an uptrend here. We did break, but this was FOMC meeting yesterday, so we kind of consolidated all day. We had a big push up right at the meeting, but we gave it all back. But then overnight we had a little gap up. So I'm trying to see what we're doing here as far as the overall market. There is a lot of concern, or at least some concern starting to creep up about recession again. I know Jerome Powell yesterday, he kind of tried to squash that as best as he could. But the data is the data. And so we're kind of, there's a lot of people talking recession, big one, and then there are some people that have the belief that Jerome Powell's going to, um, quotations, no landing us. But anyway, so here's Tesla in the 4-hour chart. You can see it's not the greatest trend line here, but we did break this downtrend. I made some decent profits on this downtrend here. We had this big push up. This was earnings, I'm pretty sure. And then we consolidated right on top of this downtrend line. We broke back up. We broke above this resistance, and now we're moving up. So again, yesterday consolidation with the FOMC. So technically we broke this uptrend. It was a short uptrend, but we did break. So this is now where I'm trying to say yesterday we tested, which kind of gives, heed to this break of trend here. And now it actually looks like we're trying to push down. So we might actually, if you're looking for a long trade, see what today does, you might want to actually get into a short here back down to this support. Obviously not financial advice. Please don't listen to me. Again, I've only been trading for 2 years and I am just now starting to break into profitability. So obviously do not take anything that I say as, advice for you. Most certainly is not. These are my trades. Don't always win. Kind of just stuck here. The market's not really doing anything, at least as far as Tesla goes. Yeah, even the Q's not really moving much. So we'll see. So I'm just going to keep watching here. I didn't see anything else really as far as trades today. I like the tech sector. I watched the Qs. I like trading Tesla, TQ, T triple Q, and S triple Q, which are the triple leverage ETFs for QQQ, which follows the Nasdaq. And then Tesla, Apple, all that stuff. So on this channel, we're going to focus more on the big tech side of things. Hopefully you guys enjoy. This is my second live stream. If you do enjoy, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you will. Leave any suggestions as to what you want to see up on the screen or hear or whatnot, and I'd love to make this as good as I can for you guys. So like, comment what you want down at the bottom, subscribe to the channel, and I'll leave this up for a little bit longer this morning to see which way it goes. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, just to wrap up here before I head out. Sorry about that echo there. Anyway, you can see here the 4-hour chart, the Qs are really breaking down. They are hitting the support here. Yes, we did break through this uptrend, but we have a support here. So it'd be kind of dangerous to get in right at this break here, see what we're going to do with this support. If we break through, then you got a decent leg down here to, you know, get into like SQQQ, at least to this next support here, or just follow the trend like I do here, right? So Tesla, I said earlier in the video too that it started to kind of turn down. We did break through this uptrend. So you have room to move down to the support again. Again, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, don't take any of my advice. So if you come back over to, let's see this one here. So I'm watching the Qs here. SQQQ is the inverse triple leverage ETF for QQQ. You can see how it's moving up. Again, we broke above this downtrend here, and we are making some decent progress. But we have resistance here, right? As you can see, we have resistance here. So which kind of lines up with the support for the Qs. So I kind of, support and resistance is important in these triple leverage, but I watch the Qs for support and resistance because that holds a little bit better. So if the Qs break through the support that they're hitting currently, then it might be a good time to get into SQ and then, set a new trend line and then take that as a decent, or as a trade, shorting the market. Same thing with Tesla. We bring it back over to Tesla. Tesla pushed up right at open, kind of struggled here, and kind of near the highs of the day, and then just broke down, and now we're just doing what Tesla does and just falling. Right, so you can see on the 4-hour chart here, you got room. You got a little bit of room here from 178 to 163. I would imagine that this is going to come right back down to the support, and then we'll be testing the support. You can draw another trend line here. Actually, let's go ahead and do that because it definitely broke through here. So let's go ahead and draw a downtrend. Come from here, like this here. All right, so there's possibly your downtrend. We'll see if it respects it. If we get another hit, then you most certainly will go down to 163. Yeah. See what happens with that. Going back to the Qs, you can draw, an uptrend here. This one, again, this is a rough area here, right? There's a lot of uncertainty in the market here. You broke through the downtrend. You got rejected at your can't think of the word there. Goodness gracious. Your resistance, okay. This was FOMC yesterday. So now we're coming back up to test this resistance again. The Qs, we switch back over to this one here. You can see the Qs look like they're breaking through the support. Right? So if that continues, then you most certainly will break through this resistance here. And if this happens, this would be my sign to get back into the Qs here. I rode half of this up. This was a nice trend here. I took profits, I think somewhere around testing this trend line here. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I did make profits off of this. We broke through here. I'm pretty sure we consolidated here and I bought in the next day here. We came down and we tested, and this was a nice push right off of this trend line here. So this was a nice, I wrote this up a little bit here. So we might be looking at the same thing here, but you got to be careful because you don't have that much room here, because if we do get rejected again, you're going to come right back down to at least the trend line, right? If not more. If you have a lot more downside here, you know, if you're looking at previous resistance or support here, then you do upside. Your upside, you know, you can say you're going to make, which you know, run up to 12.99 here, which was like the 52-week high. Okay, so you don't have, you know, your upside is way less than your downside is. So you have to be careful here. Qs are pushing through your support here. Or pushing through here. So that's it, you know. So if you make, you're making lower highs possibly. If you come down here and you make a lower low, then this becomes lower high. So you have a new trend then, right? If this breaks through here. And it looks like it is. But in this economy, this market, so much uncertainty. Like this can come down right to about here and absolutely bounce right off of that and head the opposite direction. Got to be real careful, real picky with your trades. So you can see the TQs, which is the triple leverage, the same thing. It broke through its support, but again, I followed the Qs a little bit tighter as far as support and resistance, but we broke through our uptrend here, and we are really pushing. If you're looking at, you know, activity, volume, you know, in the size of this candle here, yeah, see, you got a lot of volume coming in, and we're pushing right through this resistance here. The Qs have already pushed down through the support, which leads me to believe that this is going to be a new uptrend here, but we'll see. We'll see. But just for shits and giggles here, let's go and draw one. Probably come off of here. All right, so we'll see. See what happens with this the rest of the day. Anyway, I'm not getting into anything at this point. There's just too much uncertainty as to which direction it's going to go. I need to see, you know, a decent breakthrough, seeing that we are getting resistance here. Look at that. We are getting some resistance here. So we'll see. See what happens. We'll see if this actually turns into an uptrend, or if we're just like consolidating now after FOMC and trying to figure out, you know, the data says one thing. Jerome Powell came out yesterday and said, you know, something else, and he's not worried about the data and all this stuff. So there's a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. At the beginning of the year, the market was pricing in 6 rate cuts from the Fed, and now we're down to like 1.3, if any at all. So we got a lot, I would assume anyway, we have a lot of correction to make in the market, considering we've had this really good push up in almost everything starting from the beginning of the year, thinking that there were going to be, you know, rate cut after rate cut this year. And now every month, every new data set, every FOMC meeting, you know, we're backtracking and we're cutting rates off the table for this year. So now there has to be a correction. Data doesn't look that great. Look at that. Look at that rejection. Look at that rejection. And this is what I mean, right? So if we switch back over to the Qs, we came right down to these lows here, right? Matching up these. And we'll see if this comes back up here. If this candle closes above that support, then we might get a bounce here. If it closes below, we'll see. So on this Friday, I don't really like to hold trades over the weekend. Too much stuff can happen and you have no control over that. So I probably will not end up trading today, and we'll see what happens over the weekend and where we open up. And yeah. So anyway, hope this helps me talk it through with with you guys, and I'm gonna keep going. So I will see you all on Monday.